Okay, this is my video for Avengers, um, the new missions and things that are going on. Just a general discussion. I'm gonna try to keep this to 5, not even 10 minutes. Um, I don't think I've ever made a video about Avengers where I actually spoke on it, how I feel about it. This is not to agree with anyone or disagree with anyone. I feel like speaking up, so here I am. So if you have not downloaded the update or having problems getting in, I guess we'll cover that in a minute. But now all the villain sectors, they're available all the time. I played the new Taskmaster one. I'll upload a gameplay of it. To be honest, I don't really see a point to doing it, but if you want to see it, I'm going to upload it because literally it's the same as the Maestro mission, except Taskmaster pops out. So, um, as far as the other regions, I do like that you get units. Um, I've already got into, let's see here, that's the wrong button. I've already gotten to 98. I think when I got home from the rig, I was at like 60, 65, and just playing in the last week or so, I've gotten to 98. I was getting some anyway, just because I wasn't, um, I'm not really keen on getting this Captain America skin, but I got all the other ones it took to get 100. And yeah, when I get the free shipment, I buy it. And then that's pretty much the extent of it. Some of the other ones I wanted. And they had the glacial outfits in the last shipments that I was trying to get. But point being, you can pretty much, going to be at least a handful of missions. You've got the elite ones that can drop exotics. On the first completion, I haven't done anything but do, I think I ran a Tachyon Rift earlier. That was it. But being able to get all these resources, um, I think it's a good change. I think it's a really big change. Changing the vaults around that they actually give gear that's pretty busted, or can be busted, I'll say. Uh, but this is still like a weekly thing, if I'm not mistaken. I'll cover it in a moment, but there's some things I don't agree with that have happened, but I think these are all good changes. That's why I'm making this. But I think these are all good changes. That these stay up, so newer players. This game needs it needs an actual player base, or I don't know the way to put that. It needs an actual player base for people who are playing. You do want to feel like you can get on. Besides running the OLT and the raid, you can you've got the priority mission, but that's only once a week. Heroic Gauntlet, I can't remember the last time I've done that. I think it's the most boring thing that's ever been conceived. But if you can get on and do this, then you feel like you can play for a little bit longer. Quick match, for the most part, seems to be fixed where you don't spawn in a random hive where you don't do any damage or you get one shot. It actually puts you on a mission. But for the people who have been playing, 10% XP and 10% resources is kind of a waste. Um, but just stuff like this. It's not that it's there's just not enough people playing. Like this should be pretty simple. Oh, you just matchmake and da da da. But matchmaking can take a while because there's not a lot of people playing the game anymore. I'm not trying to make this a negative video. I'm just trying to show you what new stuff there's to do. I mean, considered new. They do have some of these new threat sectors and drop zones I haven't tried yet, but I think the villain sectors being up and and the unit changes they're really good changes. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna just say real quick because I don't want to be too negative, but um, some of the gear just cannot compete with some of the stuff you've gotten from raids and stuff before. It's a lot better than it was, but a lot of this stuff I mean, I've just been collecting OLT gear forever. I've got a bunch of Tachyon gear that's doing nothing. Um, I can't use any of my discordant hammers right now because of the bug, but I mean, everything else I have is pretty busted. So some of the new gear isn't going to outshine that, So I think, yes, for new players like my other characters that aren't busted, let me see if I can pull one up real quick. So, like, let's say I've been slowly working on Kate Bishop. I mean, she can be fun to play, but I mean, definitely not my most busted character. You know, I've got some okay pieces. Um, doing OLT like once or twice. But for her, like, this is a great change. Because then I'm not just using random exotics. I can maybe pinpoint a better chess piece or something and level it up or something like that. Like, that's good. But I still think the gear is a sore spot because it's still just lines of text on a piece of gear, you know. And nothing is ever going to beat the damage buff. Yes, it is nerfed. I don't know if it's nerfed now. I can't tell because, you know, most of my characters are pretty built. But I think that, you know, some of the new gear is definitely very interesting. It could make an interesting piece for a build that's already put together. But for, let's say, if I pull out my Iron Man, I got this piece from a priority mission. It just seems, you know, like he's not perfect by any means, right? I could get better rolls on stat pieces and things like that, but priority missions still give out some of the best pieces to add to some of the stuff you can get in game and to add to what you get from hives and stuff like that. So that kind of outshines the change because, like, this is from a priority mission. Um, as far as I know, you can't get this kind of gear from the vaults. Now, I could be wrong. I think you can get stuff that's similar, but they really need to make it where this kind of piece doesn't come from one mission one time a week. I think that's a change they need to make. I also think with the shipments, I kind of breezed over it earlier, but, you know, if half of it or 75% of it's going to be stuff you already have, they need to refund units or something. Like, if it's stuff you already have, maybe you get like 50 of the units back or something. Because with the change, like I said, I feel like I'm stocked up more on it now. But if you want anything that's in there, the specialty item usually takes all 100 drops. So, you know, this is basically like half your content now, unfortunately. But without making this video too long, I just wanted to show people real quick what was going on. I've gotten some of the gear. It's interesting. I think I got, let me see here. I know I got a piece on Thor that was pretty good. Again, it didn't drop at 150, it dropped at 140. If I can find it real quick. Yeah, so this is from the villain sector, which is nice. I still keep my old one from when the game first launched. I was never getting rid of it if I can find it somewhere. Here it is. So it's basically the same thing as this, and it was out of version, obviously better stats and stuff like that. So for newer players, they can get their hands on some of this stuff that's kind of busted. I like that, but like for the people who have been playing, like I said, they've got a whole vault full of stuff. You know, you're not going to drop anything that's going to make people want to play more. Now, for new players, like I said, it's a good change. For the veteran people who have, you know, it's not about supporting CD or anything like that, supporting a broken game. This game has Thor, so I'm going to play it as long as it can be played. You know, has Iron Man, has Captain America. I'm going to play. So people become interested and they want to try it out. I would say try it out. But for the people who have been playing or been turned off by this game, it's not going to bring them back. You know, some of the changes are nice, but I still think as far as missions go, it's still missing some kind of horde mode or something that can be done all the time. You know, where you can get exotics or you can get skins or you can just at least something that's fun. I think the people that have been playing have worn it out by now. I know I have. I still like to play, but, you know, it's still, you know, it's not like it used to be. But anyway, those are just some random thoughts. I want to show people what's going on with the new update, what's going on with the game. If you got some thoughts, leave them in the comments. I'd love to get a conversation started. All right, I'm out.